if you look at the funnel, so how do you manage the funnels? How often do you look at it or discuss it? How do you do it? You do it personally, one-on-one. You do it as a team. You do it to the whole company. Is the BDR involved? It's only the account manager or the salesperson? How do you do it?
Okay, so yeah, so the from a pipeline review perspective with each individual account executive, our sales team lead Yoni will hold a one-on-one with each of the account executives, where he will go through. You'll look at the helicopter view of all of the accounts and look whether there's any obvious gaps from the helicopter view. So we'll have a report showing all the different fields which we've necessarily completed within each opportunity record, and we're looking for any obvious gaps or obvious red flags. Has an opportunity been there too long? Has an opportunity, does it not have a next step? Does it not have the relevant stakeholders identified yet? One of these gaps, we're looking first off for any red flags, to understand exactly what those gaps are, so we can have a conversation around addressing them. Assuming that everything is in order, you know, utopia, and nothing's ever really 100%. And so, but assuming everything's in order, then it can be a relatively straightforward conversation to understand exactly, you know, how much we have, what's moving forwards, or what type of velocity, etc., etc. That's down to the micro level with the individual account executive. And then, you know, our sales team lead Yoni will have conversations around how to go addressing any of those gaps in order to move them forwards, and more of a strategic conversation from that perspective. Then that rolls up to conversation that I will have with our sales team lead, which is more of a broader pipeline review. What's our velocity? We're looking at, you know, several KPIs to understand how we're doing from a forecasting perspective. Are we moving our opportunities into the right stages? Do we have enough coverage in order to hit our targets? If not, where are the gaps in the coverage? What can we necessarily do to, you know, address any of those gaps? And these are fairly, the cadence of the conversations will be taking place on a weekly basis. And then in terms of reporting it back to the business, to the C-level, that will take place on a monthly basis.